Cool. So welcome back, everybody. I'm not too sure what the plan is today, like most days. But for people following along, we've been building the PacMan game for about this is episode 6, I think it is now. And we have a few pull requests. I think me and David created just to change a few bits and bobs of not really the game, but kind of how we build it and well, I fix what we actually got into by doing live share stuff, I think it was. So should we review them first, I guess?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. So actually, this is probably going to do all in. All right, let's put this on here. So I mentioned it before, but it's all on GitHub. So if anybody fancies digging into code and stuff, it's all there. So I created 2 pull requests today, actually, just to fix a few things. So one of the things is Dave mentioned we should actually have a build CMD, which installs the required version of .NET Core to run. I don't know if this is a solution to the problem what you're having.
Okay.
But I changed this around, so now we roll to the latest feature on your machine.
Oh, okay.
So we so the pull request is just changing the global.json.
Yep.
And it's a new property within the JSON file where you can say roll forward, and I can just say roll forward to the latest version. So even though we've got 3.1.101, it'll allow you to roll to 3.1.
How far would it roll forward?
It rolls forward to your latest. This is a feature, so the number here is a feature.
Okay.
So,
so it won't go to 5.
No, it won't go to 5 now.
Okay. That's all right then.
So if they have a 3.0, then it'll roll to that. 4.0 will roll to that, but won't roll any of these numbers up.
Okay.
So if I merge that in, and that's actually working on mine at the moment. So I'll show you if we just merge it in. So let's go back to it. So are you happy to merge it in?
Yeah, merge it in and I'll pull it and see if it works.
Cool. Yeah, because I think I might have bumped into the same problem as you because I rebuilt my machine the other day. So if we just pull this down. So we've got the global.json. It's here. So this is saying I need 3.1.101.
Yeah. And
if you look at my .NET info stuff, I got 3.1.201. But now if I do a .NET build, it'll actually just go and use the latest one for that feature.
Yeah, I got 3.01 as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's because my other machine had literally every .NET Core version in the world installed.
Yeah.
So it was happy with anything. But this just allows it just to roll to your latest one if you don't have it. And to be fair, if you got 101 or 201, it should all work exactly the same.
I wonder if that was upset in the live share as well, running on different versions of .NET Core.
I think it all runs on the host though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So I didn't imagine that's a problem. I don't know, no idea. Might work a bit better. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was a big guess tonight. Yeah, find out tonight. So the other pull requests I kind of created was to upgrade it to stop to use nullable types instead.
Okay.
So this is using a C#8 feature. So I created a directory build.props in the root directory. And this is to apply all these properties to any project in any tree below that kind of build.props file. So in our SRC and our project directory, it'll apply into there, and also a test directory. So any project file will just apply these properties. So I would tell it to use the latest version of the language, which is C#8 on this machine. And And just because some stuff is a .NET standard library, which is 2.0, which only rolls up to 7.3, I think it is. So this is just overrides that and says use C#8.
Yeah.
And then I enable nullable types for it. So this is this property. So we get things as non-nullable by default.
Yeah.
And then just made it so it treats warnings as errors. So we actually get errors back from the compiler when we do something bad instead of warnings.
Yeah.
Which obviously meant I need to fix up some code. So I'll just get through these. So the game clock starts off with an action which isn't initialized. So I just have to make that nullable. So it can be null to start off with. Inside the game loader, we had a PacMan what was set to null until you set it within that gate when we load the board up. But then I throw an exception if we don't find one on the board. So it knows straight away that there's no PacMan. But then that broke loads of tests, which I fixed below here. So I would just put a PacMan in every single test.
Okay.
And it doesn't make any difference to kind of the test itself because we're just expecting like nothing to be placed on the board in that position. And a PacMan isn't being tested how that board's been generated. So there's loads in here about, so there's these two, which are about loading the board up. And then we've also got the ones which are the test for the wall, analyzing which wall to actually place in there.
Yeah.
So I put them in there. And then there's also the render loop needs changing to be nullable object because the callback for it didn't actually match up, and it complained. Okay. So I need to change that. And then there was also one other change inside the test game clock as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good. Yep.
I'll just prove it builds because I've got that checked out. So yeah.
I was wondering whether we ought to put a code analyzer in there as well, like in a sort of star cop sort of thing.
Yeah. On that nullable types, I haven't used them, but have you just enabled them globally? So now if you want a nullable reference, you have to specifically say it's nullable.
Yes. Yeah. So when you enable it's like really confusing. When you enable nullable, then it allows you to use nullable types, which is what you're using before. But now the normal types are non-nullable.
Yeah. So you got to declare.
So you have to declare everything what you did before is now with a question mark on it. Yeah. Everything in the future is now not with a question mark on it.
Yeah.
It would help.
It should work quite well on this project there because we've got no third-party libraries. So.
Yeah, well, to be fair, when I enabled it, there was only the few little warnings we had for where we set things to null because we were setting it for later down the line.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of was quite good. Yeah, so that branch builds, and if we test it as well, see all the tests pass. There you go. So yeah, so we can merge that into master if you want. What is it called? Oh. To be fair, nullable is not one of the things what you get used to over time because it can be a bit of a pain. Because if you're working on something what's already existing, or you don't really fully understand like certain things, like when you take a reference to something which is nullable, I think it is, and then you try to dereference it at that point, and then dereference again, because the nullability can change that point. Even if you check that it's not null, it can say, oh, this could be null now when you've changed that reference to it. Yeah. And then do you want to talk about this, David?
Yeah, so this is the change we made at the beginning of the last session, but I think we lost it. So it's just to move the board down to make space for the scores to appear at the top. I did it slightly differently this time, but
yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at form1.cs, I did a transform to move the so draw the score at the top, which is at 0,0. I then redefine the origin to be 0,3 times or 3 rows down to draw the board, and then I redefine it again to be the height of the board plus a bit more to actually draw the lives underneath. So now the board renderer.render lives thinks it's drawing to 0,0 now as well.
Okay, yeah.
So everything's sort of self-contained.
I'll check that out and just check it as well. That.
The numbers didn't quite add up though, so I was a bit confused by it.
Yep, click happy. Right. So here we go. Yeah, so everything looks like it's drawn right.
Yeah.
And we've lost our lives already. Excellent.
So the thing I didn't quite understand though is if you go back to that game 1 class.
Yeah.
So when I'm drawing the so scroll up it, sorry, the
Which
form
one,
one,
sorry?
yeah, form one.
Oh, the fun one,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm drawing the lives at the bottom, I've expected to move the origin to be 3 rows plus the height of the game plus a bit. Because you've got 3 rows at the top to render the score.
Right.
Then you've got game height, then an extra row maybe. So I would have thought that should have been like 6 plus game height, but
It depends where I think the render lives bonus, don't know whether I've got the latest code, just looking at it.
Is all the sprites the same size? Well, all the things on the sprites, or are they all very different?
Yeah, all the cells are the same size. So they're either 1 cell or 2 cells. So when it when it does the vertical, so YPOS, yeah, it's board height times bright plus half a grid. Right. Okay. If you put, say you're trying to put it at 1010.
yeah.
If you put a 1 cell sprite at 1010, it will draw it from the pixels of 10 times 8 to 11 times 8.
Ah, okay.
Right? When you do a 2 by 2, it will shift it up 4 pixels so it's centered over the top of that cell.
Yeah.
The reason being is because when you do, all the characters are all aligned to an actual cell, but they don't start from the top corner of that cell because they'll fall into the walls. So
right.
they're shifted up and left a little bit, so they sit between the walls.
Yeah.
Quite odd because the gap between the walls is only 1 cell wide. But on the screen, it's 2 cells because it's half of the cell, and half of the next cell.
Oh, is that done in the
Yeah, it's quite
the sprite thing, the render thing?
Yeah, it's got a thing just to nudge it over if it's a bigger sprite.
1 second, I'll get over. I'll open it into Visual Studio.
So I don't know if we want to just tweak that slightly then.
So do you kind of?
They're in there, down a bit, isn't it? I'm trying to think of the line, about 30 something there.
These ones, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that one's all right because that's.
I was putting in the center, isn't it? By 2, 4. That's 4.
That's it. So it's just taking it's putting it in the center of. Although you're supplying a pixel to it, because we're generally working in cells, it's just straightening up on the cell. But what we could probably do with is either pulling it out and just deciding are we going to send cells around as our XY coordinates, or are we going to send pixels around as our XYs? It was one of those things when I put it together, it would have broken too much other code if it changed it all in one go.
Yeah.
I'm happy with either, to be fair.
So I don't know if you want to change my code slightly. If you go back to form 1 again, then.
Where's it displaying now?
Yeah, so it's displaying in the right place. So I just think if we just change it so at the bottom there, so we wouldn't expect that. We'd expect that to be at least 3.game height, I think, because you've got the 3.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I think we probably should adjust that there and then take a bit off in render lives. So probably make that 4 or 3 or 4, I guess.
That's 3 makes sense because we've got 3 lines at the top and then the height of the board. So 3 plus game height. You probably find game height's got a blank line on the bottom of it or something like that. You know, when
Oh
we
yeah.
There's probably a line feed.
Yeah.
So the Y position is here.
So if you go to the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's it.
This is it. The render lives. In here.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we're just doing it by the.
Yeah, so we just want to add. What do we want to do? Take 2 off, don't we? In there now. Take 1 off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just check. Is it because the board's tool? Where's the board itself in game, doesn't it? Somewhere. Yeah, if you look in game.
And
the
actual game object, this one.
Yeah, line 67. It's one row taller because of that line feed for 67. So 66 is a row and 66 is a row.
Yeah, so just delete.
Tall. So if you took that off, that will probably render correctly now.
Yeah.
But whilst I was doing the sprites, I didn't want to mess about with the other bits.
Yeah, take lens symbol.
Otherwise, suddenly you do a commit every 5.
Just keeping the filter. So that's how it looks like now.
That's better.
Is that how it's supposed to be at the top? That's quite powerful.
Yeah, there's a gap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because we were saying that last time, weren't we? It's because we're not drawing the double.
It's got
wall
yet.
Oh yeah. That's true. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. We can. Should we commit that?
Yeah, I think so.
Shall I show you a terminal and stuff? That'd be helpful. Because if live share works then. IntelliSense. Chucked it in the chat.
Send it in, yeah, in there.
In Slack, yeah. I'll share. So redirect terminal as well. How you make it so it just uses your other PowerShell, not this PowerShell. You need to look cool like this one.
Are you on normal studio or are you in preview?
Just normal Visual Studio, the latest version. Yeah. So
Oh, you did have the -1 though, didn't you? That's strange.
I did have the -1, yeah. Why? Do you want to see what it looks like with that -1?
Just, I don't know. It's just we fixed it twice. I would have thought it'd have gone too far the other way.
Is there a blank line at the top as well? There might be a blank line at the top of that. No, there's not one at the top.
Looks about the same to me. What? Oh, no, it did have an extra space, a bit more space here. That's probably right, that now, I think.
That's right, yeah. That's in the right place now.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good. Much better.
Yeah, that's how it.
At least that explains that weirdness.
Yeah, you can just merge that straight. Is that what? On a moment. Oh yeah, we might as well just go to the branch and merge it straight in, right?
Yeah.
I think the terminal's working better as well. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm using it myself and nobody's touched it yet. I don't know. Cool. So that should have compilated that. And all merged in. So
the only other one I was going to suggest is if you go to the game project.
Yeah. The game project.
Yeah, the top one.
Yeah.
That board piece class should be in the UI, I think.
Where's it referenced?
Yeah, it can go in the UI.
Yeah, it's not used in the UI.
Yeah. In the sprite.
Move.
Control X, Control C. B. Easy just to do it in the Explorer, isn't it?
It's PacMan UI. No game in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but this fixes all my namespace and everything else for me as well.
Okay.
So it ends up here and it's changing UI.
Now it's in both places on mine now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it's in mine.
It doesn't like that, does it? For some reason, when it does the refactoring, it can't seem to understand
No,
moves the file and stuff.
it's only in UI on mine.
Oh, it's empty in the game. Maybe I need to refresh it or something.
Oh, the game object, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's come back to me.
It's back on yours, isn't it? No, it's come back on mine.
Is that because I double clicked on it?
Is it because David's breaking it?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't open it though. I don't think it exists on my computer. It just
empty.
it's weird.
I'll try deleting it. I know I can't delete it.
According to mine, it's just got David in on line 1.
According to this, it's deleted it.
Yeah, I think it has gone.
It
I think it's just confused.
Yeah, so it says in Git that it's moved it and it's deleted it all.
Yeah. You're on latest build, David.
Yeah, updated earlier.
It does say that it's that one's been modified though, so I think that's still hanging around.
Isn't it?
So is it because I don't have ReSharper installed? Do you think?
Right. When you deleted it, it instantly disappeared off mine. Has it gone from yours, David?
No.
That's weird. So,
mine, literally, you deleted it, and about a second later, it just disappeared off the solution explorer.
Yeah, well,
don't know. Have you got ReSharper, Pia?
Have I got ReSharper? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of that then.
What, lack of or?
Yeah,
David hasn't got it on his.
Not for a delete file, I would have thought, would it?
I don't know.
Unless ReSharper polls the folders more often or something.
Don't know. No idea. This I'll commit this file anyway. Right, okay, I got that out of the way.
Whilst you're doing the refactoring, I have a feeling the scoreboard is in the wrong. It's in the wrong namespace.
Yeah. It also says this should be read only. Right. that done as well. So one of the first things what I wanted to do tonight, me personally, was because every time we open a pull request, I have no idea if it's building or not. It's just to create like a GitHub workflow just to build the build, well, trigger the build off and run the tests.
Yep, makes sense.
So that's okay with everybody else. We can do that.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys have done that before, but it's very similar to AppVeyor, Azure DevOps, and the other ones, many ones out there.
I use the one on Azure, but I didn't set it up.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can actually do it inside Visual Studio. Actually, is it going to let me? Yeah, it's actually probably will. So inside of the project, on the root of the project, you need a .github folder. And inside that GitHub folder, you create another folder called workflows, I think it is. And then at this point, I get stuck and I have to copy and paste off the internet. So you give it like a bunch of things where you want to trigger the workflow from. So you usually have push and pull request. And then you can just give it a bunch of scripts to run. I just want a default. Yeah. Workflows, GitHub, yeah. Contact, you can learn YAML in 5 minutes. Yeah, so it looks like this. So you can say on push in pull requests. So you can take this. We can just add a file in here. CI. So you can actually inline these as well. So if you don't really care about this stuff, you can just put push and pull request fair and bright. And then I think that's right. I might just copy and paste one from my
One you prepared earlier.
yeah, well, one was over in this location. Nope, it's not where it is. Here's one I created earlier. So you can have a name to it as well. Oh. Then we have a bunch of stuff where you can run. So I think we have to have it on Windows latest. We don't care about that. So you give it like a bunch of jobs, and we can have a job with build. And this is an action, and we should just check out the latest code. The master is actually the version of the checkout for the checkout action version, not the checking out master.
Okay.
And then we can just run some stuff. So we can do .NET restore, and then is it no restore?
Do you need the restore set? You can do. I mean, it just does a restore anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I always try to break them up. So so then you know which one's broken quite easily.
Okay. Yeah.
So if the restore breaks, then you don't have to just have it saying build or release.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Which infers them all. So I always find it's better just like like just
Yeah,
multiply
no,
which one?
yeah, yeah. It's further down. Minus, minus, no hyphen restore.
Manifest, no. Yeah. We also need to put on the release
Yep.
configuration for it. It's in release mode. Does the release need to go on the restore? I think it does it?
No, I don't think so.
And then this one has no, I think it's no build.
No build, yeah.
Yeah, just below your cursor.
Yeah, no build. And it infers that you get a no restore as well. Yep. And that should be everything what we need to run it. And I might just run it locally just to kind of check that these all work. Yeah, that works. Yep. Yep, that's cool. And I think it is you just to push and pull requests in there. So we can go commit it. Yep, so should we go over here? We should run in an action. Job queued. I haven't complained about my YAML file, so.
So far, so good.
It's usually quite fast, actually. Come on. Oh, we might fall over because .NET's not installed. I think there's a GitHub action for that, actually.
Oh, okay.
Action setup.net. Yeah, I think we might need this. So users setup.net. Does it just take the version from the?
It'd be nice if it looked at global.json.
Yeah, that's how the Azure DevOps one works, actually. It looks at your global.json and goes and finds the latest one for that. I don't know if maybe if we miss off saying the width,
Yeah.
you might just go find it. Optionally download and cache the version of that. Install from, there's an issue about it. Fall back to global JSON if no version is specified. Oh, there's a pull request merge from it. So it's in master. So maybe if you pull it from master, it actually might work. Guess we can try it.
Oh, it's finally doing something.
Oh, it's actually running.
Yeah,
So you don't
it's done
even
the
need
build.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it needs it.
It's got 3.1201. Oh, right, so it must have that version installed on the build server.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah, that'll work.
leave it like that then.
Let me just check that it works for a pull request as well. Git branch. No. Dash allow empty. Yeah, got the right one. And then this annoys me all the time. Like, why can't I just do that for me? Because I literally just copy and paste everything. There we go. So we should have put a branch with nothing on it. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, it's triggered it off. It understands. That's cool.
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that actually worked because I don't even think that's actually proper YAML. I think it just looks like an array.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So, guess next bit's up for grabs.
I think I'd quite like to add the other ghosts, even if they're just stood in the middle of their house, so at least they're on the board.
Okay.
Be an improvement.
Do you want to drive that?
Yeah, okay. I'll find I've lost my mouse. So, I think in board renderer at the moment, where we render the ghosts, we've hard coded the color of the ghost.
Yeah.
So do we? Well, I guess we've got a name on the ghost, haven't we?
Yeah.
That would map to. So many colors have we got?
We've got the ghost. Isn't the ghost color in the ghost?
Yeah, we could do that.
String name. Why don't we just put the ghost color on the ghost?
Yeah, I think.
Were they actually? Do the names?
They get assigned in game. I think is that where it runs the board? No, that's not where it does the board, is it? It does the board.
It's the in the loader, isn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, in the loader it has red as the name, but I suppose it should be called the proper names in theory.
Yeah.
So just pass the color in there into the constructor, and then assign it to the actual ghost.
Do the actual ghost names relate to their color though?
No. You can change the color.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. So Blinky is red, Pinky is pink, Inky is that cyan color, and Clyde is orange. So we could just match on the name and just put it, because when they turn blue, it's going to be up to the actual UI to draw them as blue. So if you had two blinkies acting as two blinkies, you probably want to draw them both as red. So I think this should be actually the proper name for it.
Yeah.
Actually, the proper name is actually Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey. They actually have nicknames.
Right. So we could do a switch here to get the color.
Yeah.
Can you see me typing? Because I've got no idea whether this live share is working.
Where are you typing the file?
No, probably not.
Yeah. You're typing. I can see.
Yeah. So we would switch over ghost.name, I guess. Yeah, again, I've got no IntelliSense sense whatsoever. So that's a string. So it's going to return. And not some big orange.
Alternatively, we could change the ghost color enum and make it ghost names, and then use the names.
Yeah, the only thing that's a bit weird about, I thought that, but if you're looking at the enum at the moment, it's got other things in there as well, which aren't just.
Yeah, white flash, blue flash, eyes. Yeah, good point. I should have remembered that. I put them in there.
What they called then?
I don't know if we use the nicknames or the real names, because they actually have two. So these are the ones what it says on Wikipedia.
Okay.
The red one's called Shadow. The pink one's called Speedy.
Are they translations of the Japanese names?
I don't know. It's just what I found on Wikipedia.
Because it's a load of stuff on PacMan, because it was going to be called PacMan originally. Translation.
All right, so the actual nickname is actually the real name.
I don't know which one it is.
I don't know. Just use the character name. It's fine.
I don't know which one we used, is it really?
The other two, what's the cyan?
Bashful. And then Pokey.
Bashful even. Like that, Bashful. And
Bashful,
Pokey.
yeah.
Pokey like that. Yeah.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, and then if for any reason we drop out, we just make it red. Might be better.
Yeah.
And then in the game loader.
Did we number them? I can't remember what we did with these.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's just called it R.
Yeah, because that's what it is on the.
It's like because it's red.
Yeah, I think so basically. Because that's in the ASCII board.
SBS. Oh, we got two S's.
Should we go for the English nicknames? The Blinky, Pinky, Light.
We could just put 1, 2, and 3 or something for, I don't know.
So if you give them the nicknames, then you can write them all on the board.
Yeah. So what are the nicknames?
Blinky, Pinky, Blinky, Glide.
Yeah.
Blinky. What's the next
Blinky.
one?
Pinky.
Pinky. That's probably the pink one, I'm guessing.
Inky, which is the blue one.
Okay. What was it? So Blinky.
Inky.
Inky.
INKY. Yeah.
And orange.
Clinky.
Clinky.
Clyde. Clyde.
Clive. What is it?
Don't know where that one comes from.
Clive.
Yeah. No.
CLYD.
Clyde.
Oh, Clyde. Are you right, Alex? I can't spell that. Somebody can read it. Yeah.
I can just say it the other day. So.
Yeah. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put them back in board render then.
We could actually have them as an enum because I know we're going to change the character names, are they?
No. They probably ought to be constants or something anyway, but. Right, okay, so we probably want a test around loading the other types of ghosts.
Yeah, whilst we're thinking about change the R on the board to B.
Yes, R is blinking.
Otherwise, it's going to cause us a problem, isn't it?
B, I, P, and C. Oh,
Mhm.
although isn't portal P?
Oh, no.
Well, we can change portal to be something else. That's
Oh, we-
T for teleport. How about that?
That'll do.
Yeah.
I was watching some like customizations of PacMan because we said we could draw any board with it. We should be able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
But the problem is they had teleporters which was all over the board, so you could actually run into it if I'm in the middle, and it bounce you across to the other side, and there'd be more than one.
Quality.
So having one character would only allow us to do one. We'd have to do something where we have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s. I don't know.
Just use 1 to 0 to 1 to 0 to 9.
Yeah. And just making sure they're all pairs. I don't know.
I'll change whilst you're doing that. Did you go for? You went for B for Blinky, didn't you? I'm going to change that on game on the board itself.
Okay.
Because it's got an R on it at the moment.
Okay. Oh, remove method parameter finder.
Parameter fix.
Oh, parameter fix. Encountered an error and has been disabled.
That'll be resharper.
Enable. Everything is like errors these days on Visual Studio. It's like I've got like a integrated terminal is not installed. Do you want to install it? No. Go away.
Yeah, back to the 2 S's, 2 B's or whatever. I had it yesterday. I swapped some code over that was running in a service that was running on Link.
Oh yeah.
And it was obviously running after it's been enumerated.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed it, shoved it server side, and I had a capital L and a lowercase l in my data to refer to the same thing but in 2 different states.
Yeah.
And of course, it just started falling over. I'm thinking, why is it falling over? And of course, it's been running for years, absolutely fine. It's literally I just optimized the link to entities, and it shoved the compare over to the server side. At which point, not case sensitive. Right. There's going to be an update going on where all those lowercase l's are changed.
Simple things always break things. That's the thing.
We're going to break some other tests as well, aren't we? Another board loader test. I'll just have a flick down and see if I can find the other.
I think it's only one what breaks.
Is there only one?
I think so. Are you showing all the goes onto the board? Oh, right, okay. And then
Yeah, I had to change a plan. I started one way and then had a complete change of heart. So yeah, I've put all 4 on the board, and then in my test, I'm going to check we've got all 4 with the right names.
Okay.
Because then that tests the this bit as well.
Okay.
Do we define the board anywhere else?
I don't think so. It's only the board loader what loads it, and it's used in some tests, but the tests don't care if they're not there.
I was thinking it was done in some of the tests when we define where things are, but we don't. We define them by coordinates, don't we?
Yeah.
That's fine then.
So Blinky, Inky, Pinky, Clyde. Yep.
Stinky.
Yes. This one. Yeah, that's right. Isn't it?
I think something's gone off with the.
Is it
Oh, this should be a new array, shouldn't it? Oh, should contain the equivalent of.
Oh, that's yeah. I thought
that
it was
should be.
then they take a palms in, doesn't it?
Contains equivalency. That one takes in just an item.
No,
So that's like doing a contains. You should really have it. I think it's equivalent.
Okay, because the order doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that's just it should be equivalent to,
Yeah.
and then you pass it in an array.
And well, the final argument is a palms array, so you should be able to do it like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that should work. Yeah.
Yeah. I went in the console so everybody can see. Yeah, we got 2 failed. Unexpected number of portals.
That's because we've got P.
Oh, it's because you got a P in here.
Oh, I didn't change that one. I'll go and change that one.
Is he a
T's now, aren't they?
Change it to a T.
Yeah.
Okay, that's done.
Oh yeah, there's.
Oh, that's sorry. I've changed it.
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, I can
David.
count. Yeah, no, I lost count of how many there was on that first test.
Yeah, they just need to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's anything what's not.
Anything that's not 2.
It's not 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
We could make it so if there's 3, it randomly sends you to one of the other 2.
Yeah.
Because that could work. To pick a random number between them. So unexpected. That's still got the same error. Because of...
Did you change the? You did change the board loader to use.
Let me just stop finding you.
Loader.
Where is you?
That's still down there.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, that should be a T.
Yeah. Oh, and it's yeah.
Is the console doing something, or is it hung?
No, so it's running. It's we've got the error now saying it's only got one called shadow.
Oh,
you've only got one in game settings loader 27.
Yeah, so they just need plumbing in now. Actually.
Oh yeah, okay. It's just we got to fix the test. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's doing that?
Right. Yeah, go for it. Let me just try to get there. So let me share my screen. Very quick, just click on you. Yeah, get plumbing in if you want. I'm guessing what strategy they're going to have.
Oh,
we
they
only
just
got
have stand still for the moment, can't they?
We ain't got standstill actually in this game.
Oh, it's just in the test, isn't it?
Yeah, we could move that in, I suppose.
Yeah.
Standing still, go strategy. I suppose the copy and implementation of that into here.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that, Peter? Or do you want to just copy it in?
Yeah, just copy it. You asked me.
Yeah, so was you doing it?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah, go for it.
Blinky, Pinky, Inky, Clyde.
Yeah.
Did we call it?
We call them like Blinky, Inky, Pinky, Clyde
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
I want to change that one. Blinky, Pinky, Clyde, and we're going to use standing still.
Yeah, that's nice.
What's it called? No resharper.
Standing still strategy. I'll copy and paste it in. So it's just easier. There you go.
It's devastating when you resharper running.
Yeah. Just run the tests.
Nothing yet.
Sure. Oh, I didn't save the file.
Okay.
That helped. No, we're missing a semicolon.
Board renderer.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, in the switch statement. I'm surprised that, oh, it's in the UI one. Oh, yeah, so that's what, yeah. So I didn't really care because the test don't hit that one. So that's why we still got a failing test before.
That switch
But,
statement, is that new syntax? Is
yeah, that's C#8, I think it's on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's a switch expression. So you can do more things with it. So you can say when it's a string and the value is this. So if it's not always a string, you can match on. It's pretty much just doing pattern matching instead.
I've read about it. It's one of those things that you just got to get used to using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because like if you weren't using it, you'd have to define ghost color,
Yeah.
give it like a default value, and then set it. And it's nice to be that do it all in one.
You'd end up giving it a null, which
Yeah.
just
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that passed. So and there, we haven't got placed on the board yet, are we? Should we
Oh, we
place
just
them on?
need to add it to the ASCII, do we?
Yeah. So our box in the middle, is it big enough for?
I wondered that whether
Four.
that box.
Oh yeah, it's big enough for 4. Yeah. And technically, both.
technically bigger than that because the walls around it are only one cell wide, so it should be bigger. But it's one of those quirky ones because it's drawn with the same pieces as the double edge outer edge, but it's drawn flipped, so it draws the line and a line inside rather than a line and a line outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it looks like the wrong size.
That's IPPC. Yeah, so if we just build that and we can run it and see if them stuck in the middle, I guess. Yeah, there they are. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
Looking a bit cramped, but yeah.
Well, they can actually go over the top of each other, can't they, Ghosts?
Yeah.
In that actual proper game.
That's good.
So technically, we should get rid of the black so it actually hovers over them.
Yeah, we need to swap some of the graphics that put transparency on the graphics.
But yeah, that's good. That's,
I'll do that and PR it at some point because I'll have to just sit with the graphics package just filling it in.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't get add. Sorry. Goose. Cool. I got that.
That's good.
Nice.
We've achieved something. Yeah.
Well, I thought we could do the bit where we was talking about that. We ended on kind of having state to the PacMan before, didn't we, as well?
We did, yes. It was dying, wasn't it? And then going to respawn.
Yeah, but we said we could write a load of tests around the actual PacMan on the board and get it to do different things. So
Yes.
on the PacMan dying, the board stays still for so many ticks, like the ghost. But does anything make the ghost don't move, do they?
Nothing moves whilst he's dying. It sort of pauses, then he melts, and then he disappears. Then the ghosts go off.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could say like when the PacMan is dying, the board that nothing else moves, and that's quite easy to check. Like other parts of the board, what's moving, like the ghosts and things like that.
If you put one ghost in moving left or whatever it is, then technically, if he's in dying state,
yeah,
fine, shouldn't it?
Yeah. So should we do that?
Yeah, that should be a good one.
You should probably refactor these like game tests as well because they are getting quite large.
If It's in a is a game test a game state?
Well, the game test is just testing the game at the actual game level. So we're trying to test as much as possible.
Yeah.
From how the UI interact with it. So things where it's just creating a game and it goes tick and it just does something. Or you would go create a game, move the PacMan and then tick and do something, instead of trying to test it like at the individual component layer. So this way we know everything's wired up correctly. So there's more chance of it succeeding. So it gives us more confidence.
Okay.
As if we're just testing, like I say, the PacMan on its own, it might not couple together with the game correctly. So it's better to test it in.
Well, that's like a prime example where the PacMan affects the game.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you test it at the game level, you can actually put that logic inside of the ghosts themselves. So the ghost we could just change the strategy of the ghost to say stand still, or we could actually just miss it and say just don't call move on a ghost. So it actually just it makes it like it doesn't couple our test to our implementation because we're testing it at such a high level. So we can just say tick, and we can just say in that tick like the ghosts don't move, but we don't care how they don't move. So we could actually say move from stopping a strategy. They don't move from us calling bit of code, etc.
I suppose if we decide to do it by skipping the rest of the tick cycle, and then at a later state you decide, oh, actually we can't skip that because we need that for something else.
Yeah.
Then you make sure that the test you deal with the test by a different method or something.
Yeah. So see, I think we started off with the same thing. So when we created the game on the first episode, didn't get recorded, so it's a bit crappy. But when we first started off in the first episode, we had everything in the game, including how we moved the PacMan, and we slowly moved it into PacMan, so the PacMan could move instead. But our test didn't change because the test was just tasting everything from the game. So. This gives you a bit more freedom, I suppose. So should we get another test here? Which is what moves? The ghost. Is that the only thing on the board? Yeah.
Ghost do not move whilst PacMan is dying. Do it.
Yeah. Don't really care where they are. Actually, I do care where they are.
You need to check it, don't you?
Yeah, so they can just be X1, Y1. Don't need the score. Need the ghost. Don't need a coin. I need to change where PacMan is. Oh, what PacMan is. Can we replace PacMan here? That works, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you do it before you create the game, yeah.
Dying.
Yeah.
So we create the game. We don't really care about it. And we tick. And
yeah, we just want to assert the ghost is still at 1-1, don't we?
1-1, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to use a different strategy there for the ghost.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, didn't see that. So X should be X, Y should be Y.
So the trick I've noticed for doing these sort of things is if you put the type name in first. So when you do new ghost, then it forces you to get the property names right.
Right.
Which mean?
If on line 363,
yeah,
you put new ghost whilst you're writing it, So just put ghost on the end.
Oh, and then annotate on it. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, it can be a directly chase to PacMan strategy that I'll do. And I'm missing some brackets.
Do you want to move him further away from PacMan on that basis? Because if he moves onto PacMan, he's at 2-2. He won't want to move again.
Yeah. There's a 1-1. There it goes. Yeah. It shouldn't move anyway, in theory.
You shouldn't
But-
move. It would be, to be honest.
Yeah, you got some weird case, yeah.
Yeah,
Sequence contains no elements.
we didn't, what was up with that?
It said sequence contains no elements. Why is... Oh, is it because it should be 5?
Yeah.
But then again, it's still
Yes.
it's also that. It says there's no items in that dictionary, which there should be, right? Because we've literally just add a ghost.
Oh, you're using a different game. You're using underscore game, not game.
Yeah. Should probably remove that one out of the actual thing because it's a bit confusing and actually put them in every single test.
It's quite a big set of tests, that as well, isn't it? That probably do it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Or you can make it so it's not read only and then use set underscore game equals new.
I'd rather break it down into like, well,
Yeah.
I'd rather put it into actual these ones and actually have, because there's some of them which don't really care if it's a shared game.
Yeah.
And the ones do. But I think they should be broken down into game tests and then every bit of the game. So you should have like tests for ghosts, tests for the PacMan and stuff like that instead. There we go. It's finally for the right reason now anyway. So X should be 1 but found 2. So it's moved. So yeah.
Just out of interest, unrelated to the game, do you often write code by writing a failing test first?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't if you write the implementation first and then write the test, you could end up with a false positive.
Right.
And it's been me a few times actually doing it that way, quite surprisingly. And the thing is, even if you do get a positive test straight away when you write it, you should go break the implementation so you understand the code path. So if it passes straight away, you should go work out why it's passing, and then you then to kind of break your assumption. You should break the bit of code what you think is making it work, and then you should run it again, see it fail, and then you should put it back, and then that proves that it's actually broken for the reason why you thought it broke.
Right.
As if you don't write a test first, then you might end up writing code which is non-testable code as well. As if because you want to you're trying to test the behavior of the class more than the kind of like what the code is doing. Like for this, like the test is the more of the behavior, what's happening on the game, not how we're implementing the game. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you write the test first, you need to think about the behavior than the implementation.
I think that's the simplest possible implementation to fix that test.
Yeah.
I was thinking we don't want to call has died or anything as well.
Yeah. But I guess that's another test. Oh, it didn't save again.
Although PacMan killed, you could change the method to say if he's dying, you can't kill him whilst he's dying.
Yeah. But we've not got a test for that. That's what David's saying. So we should actually write a test to say This is why like doing TDD is quite nice if you've got a couple of people doing it, because one person can be writing the failing test to kind of catch the other person out, and the other person has to do the bare minimum to do the next bit of it.
Right.
So it gradually builds it up.
I think maybe the next test should be the number of lives don't continue to decrease when he's dying, because I think it will at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to be sat on top of the ghost, aren't we?
Should not
lose lives or.
Yeah, so if you place him on, just whack him on top of him. Or you can put him standing still as well. Oh, that actually worked.
Yeah, I think so. So the ghost won't move when we tick. Yeah, I think that's going to. Don't think we need any walls, do we?
I was going to put a wall underneath him because then he can't move.
Have we got a test to say whether he can move whilst he's dying?
Oh yeah, because PacMan's going to continue to move as well.
The PacMan's going to continue to move. So if I stick a wall in front of him, he can't move in this instance anyway.
Yeah.
So
maybe we ought to be testing PacMan doesn't move first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Then we don't need the wall to prove that he doesn't move.
PacMan should not move whilst he's dying, or is it PacMan should only move if he's alive? Because he's got several states. He's got a respawning state as well, hasn't
he? Oh yeah, what did we have? Alive.
Dying.
Dead.
Yeah, dead was dead, wasn't it? No lives left.
Alive, dying, respawning, dead.
Respawning is that pause where he's not on the screen and the ghosts are wandering off. And then he comes back.
Okay.
So
it's probably PacMan should not move in certain states. And then we can actually just put as a
put the states in there.
Yeah, where the state. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'd have just tested to see if he's alive rather than test the other states.
We don't care. We don't care about the ghost. We don't care about the ghost now, do we? So we got a PacMan, which is facing down, and we expect him to be still in
same place. That's it.
Same place. Oh, wait a minute. Testing the
yeah, that's not gonna work.
testing the ghost. That's definitely not gonna work. I'm trying to test the ghost where the PacMan is. Yeah. I think the console screwed up.
Oh, it's not, yeah, not too bad. But,
yeah, I think it's got the right error. Yeah, I think the console's a bit skiff again. Starts off well. Maybe that is.
Oh, it's got more lines for it. Has it got more lines for it? No, it hasn't got more lines for it.
No, I think it's duplicating the test run. Oh, no, yeah, it's because it's running all 3 tests. That's why there's 3 tests failing. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So yeah, there just needs.
Okay. So this time, I think the easiest thing is to just bail early from this method, because this line here, we're a bit tricky not to do that.
The only thing about calling PacMan is you got to, whilst he's dying, he dies for a certain number of ticks.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But you could put that at the top as well, couldn't you? As well. That's because we need another test which says like when.
Yeah.
After so many ticks, when he's dying.
He switched to respawn.
Yeah. He switches to respawn instead.
Yeah.
And then we change what the ghosts are doing as well. Like we need like a method on ghost which says flock or something.
Yeah, that needs to be whilst he's respawning, the ghost will move. So it's if he's not.
Yeah, we can come to that when we get there. To be fair, we just need to write another test. So that should pass that test now. Yeah. So if we put that other test back in, what I had before.
Yeah. That should pass.
PacMan should not lose lives when already dying. This is not going to lose lives anymore, though, is it?
No, it's not.
But we should actually have it.
Yeah. So I think if we comment out the code I just added and move all ghosts. In fact, maybe not even that.
Yeah, because it's on the same spot. It's standing still.
Yeah, so I've commented out the return I've just added, so I think you should get a failing test.
You got 5 failing tests.
Oh yeah, other ones have died as well, but the important one is the one you added.
PacMan. Yeah, so PacMan should not move her down. Yeah, he moved.
No,
live, that's one I want.
Yes, live, yeah.
I can't see it. Let me just run it somewhere else. Yeah. So you decrease lives as well. So yeah, if you're on a.
I wonder why. Anyway, that's good enough. Yeah.
You wonder why you decrease lives?
Yeah, because I thought the PacMan would have moved, but maybe it's.
Because I think because we tested before and after he's moved.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yeah, right. So it should pass now. Anyway.
And then what was the other test? Oh, we want to say PacMan should not. No. What was the one? Should change from dying to respawning.
Yeah.
After ticks.
Yeah.
So dying.
I guess you don't need the ghost.
Yeah, you don't want ghosts on there because otherwise you could die again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which if you specifically check 20 ticks and on tick 19, the ghost hit him and started dying again.
Sorry.
Are you just going to tick it like 20 times or something in the test? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Responding. Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna tick it multiple times. Why would I do this?
Do it for. Do it for loop.
Oh yeah, why am I trying to even do link? How many times? 40. It currently takes about 200 milliseconds. So what's?
Want me to load it and count it?
I was like, how many seconds? It's like 3 seconds divided by 200. 15.
Yeah. 20. Force.
Yeah, okay. So 20 would be like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can have this as a parameter to let's be confident.
Yeah, I think it needs to be. We probably want the parameter to be 4 seconds rather than 20 ticks as well.
Yeah, because you should really use a delta.
Yeah.
What, and compare the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should use a delta. Like, you know, when I was saying about having precision on like their movement and stuff like that, you should have precision and then use a delta because you can't rely on the tick speed.
Yeah, that's actually true. Do I do that now?
That's quite a bit of complication.
Well, we'd have to pass in like the actual. Well,
we could have a cut. We could like a timestamp provider, couldn't we?
Well, you could just put it into the clock.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And the clock, every time it ticks, it gives a new time.
Yeah.
That could work, and then you could compare. Then you know there's intervals for the ticking, and it just give you the time every single time. So even if you missed out on one, you'd still get the next one, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Maybe.
I think we probably should commit what we've done because that's going to be a bit of a change, isn't it?
Well, let's just get the. I think get the ticks working at an arbitrary amount of ticks is fine, and then we can just refactor that to be what we said we're going to. Where's my test?
Okay.
So if we just run that test, that should just fail anyway.
Yep.
Yep. So do you two want to change that?
What way are we going to do it?
So is the PacMan going to have a property which is how long he's dead for? Do you think?
Well, I think the property should probably be in the PacMan. If the state's in the PacMan, the countdown should be.
Well, that's we tell the. I think we do. Did we tell the PacMan to die now? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do PacMan.kill. If we were doing time, of course, we could just record the time he died.
Just time. Well, stamp the time when he's due to come move state or something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we've got to keep a counter at.
Well, that's fine. We could just in the kill method, you can just PacMan kill, give it a time, and then when you give it a time, you store that time because then he's dying. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Giving it -1 life. And then I guess when we say move, we just give it a time and then
check to see whether the time
is past that time.
Yeah, that's going to be better than a countdown, because countdown's going to rely on the tick.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we want to like not bother with that test then. Shall we just kind of get rid of the test, comment the
I'd get
what we got?
rid of the test, commit, and then put the test back.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You can't commit because somebody put tests on the build.
Yeah. Well, we can, to be fair. We got access to just commit all the garbage we want to. It just says we're bad if we do. That's the problem. What were these tests?
Ghost stopping moving whilst dying.
Yeah.
Testing PacMan state, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's get this back. So if we have the game clock, so if we change this signature to actually just put a date time in here, maybe? Is that what you're thinking?
Now I was thinking of another property on the interface, which is current time.
Yeah, because that's only going to subscribe.
Well, no, that's the method where you're going to subscribe, you're passing into it.
Yeah.
So when you do a tick.
So when it calls you, it passes a time in, doesn't it?
Yeah. So in.
Oh, I see. Oh,
here,
right. Okay, passing the current time. Yeah. Okay.
So this would have like current
okay.
time if you had it in there.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which means when we subscribe it.
Yeah, so it's going to complain that that doesn't have
date time.
Yeah, because then we can just pass that date time straight into the kill method, can't we?
Yep. Well, you offset it when you say current time plus 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it should work quite well.
But
do we pass that into the kill?
Yes.
With the +4? Or,
I think so.
Or do we add 4 in the kill?
I'd pass it into the kill.
With the
time when you're going to kill him.
The time he's been killed, or the time he's going
to be killed.
Respawn.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Add the 4 seconds in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because then if you could have that as a setting, then.
Yeah. For how long it takes for him to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to change our test clock.
Where are we?
Yeah, I need to change these ones actually. Yeah. So this one? Oh.
No, this is, yeah, you don't want to put it in that bit. The tick shouldn't take it, or it can do, but.
Well, I was going to put this one to have it in, so you can pass specify.
Okay.
One to
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need the parameter here as well.
Yeah, it's quite nice because then you only have to tick once, don't you? You just say.
Yeah, and they won't break any of this of the tests as well.
Yeah.
And then the actual game one is.
It's quite weird, this method actually, because you can make that timer read only, but you still get a warning because it's never read from.
You need date time on that action at the top. Line 8.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What? Subscribe. Oh, I've read this totally wrong. What an idiot. that goes in there.
Yeah, that's better.
What are we saying? But you can make this read only.
Yeah, because you're assigned to it in the constructor, but you still get the alert because you never read from it.
Oh yeah. I guess you can make it iDisposable because you're supposed to dispose this timer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're supposed to dispose of it. In theory, it should be good. So that would fix it, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Reshuffle and rip for me. Don't
Visual
need
Studio
that
does that for you as well, though.
now. Reshuffles are no longer. Okay. Even though the thing what's creating it's not disposing it anyway, but oh well.
Yeah. We got rid of the warning. That's the important thing.
I got rid of that one.
Yeah. So we go back to our test now then.
So yeah.
Now we can say after.
So we don't need any of that. Yeah.
Don't we?
Oh, but how do we know when he's died?
Because his status changes.
Space change. That's going to happen automatically. That's the bit we're testing to make sure that happens.
Yeah, but
all right.
Not,
we run it for.
We kill him first, and that tells him when he's going to die and
yeah.
respawn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make him alive, then kill him.
So actually, well, we could just do this way, can't we? Use the we could, and then inside here we can say date time dot. Well, actually, it's configurable. No, that's no. I think we have to kill. Yeah, I think we have to actually probably kill him because if we specify in the actual when he's going to die in there,
yeah,
is not it. We're not testing the actual logic of the game still. So I think we do need to kind of put a ghost there and get him to run into the ghost to make him die.
Yeah, but we know it. We tested that already to make sure he switches to dying.
Yeah, but we want to know what happens when he's after he's dying. So what we're going to do, make him die, and then tick. So we put a ghost in front of him, make him die, and then tick again with the actual
date time, like add 1 second.
Yeah, well, this is going to be date time now.
And then date time.
And then this is then going to tick again with it saying it's
add
seconds
for. Doesn't matter because we can pass through when we kill him. We can pass through what we want, can't we?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you need to test that we pass the right date from the actual game to the PacMan.
Right, let the ghost come in and add the 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So you could even have an assertion in the middle, couldn't you, that he is dying.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you could throw an exception and say we shouldn't have a valid date here.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the status. Oh, it read the S down. Which you should never get into.
Well, you could do if oh yeah, I guess so. Because that tick's going to kill him, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first tick. It's just we're not testing what happens on the tick after that. He could come alive too quickly. Is what I was thinking. It's almost like you want to tick after 3 seconds, check he's dying, and then tick after 4 seconds.
I'll check he's still dead, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, we can just tick more, I suppose. We can just get saying tick 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 tick. We can tick 3 times in here with the same. Well, so you can just say 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4.
Yeah, and I'm saying then that check you just added should be after the 3 seconds.
Yeah, he should still be in a dying state after.
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
meaning.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to 4 second, it should be then changed to state start should. Respawning. So he's making standing still.
Yeah, so we're not getting anything else thrown into it.
And then it's going down. So the ghost is +1.
Yep.
Don't need any of them. I can just put 2 there.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think so.
So we have a,
Yeah.
I'm just removing the things what I don't really need. So we've got PacMan who's alive, moves down, he's at 1, 1. Then there's a ghost underneath him, which is at 1, 2, and he's standing still. We tick
Once.
once, which kills him. We tick loads more times, and then we still expect him to be in dying state until after 4 seconds. And then we check that isn't that respawning state.
The only thing is you got the name of the test wrong. I think you switched the name with the one below.
Did I rewrite the wrong one like an idiot?
So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good where we have this in Git. So I'll just do that, and then paste it over the bottom of it. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah.
It's great to have things in source control.
Although, did you just undo your other changes? I didn't see what you.
Didn't do any of the changes.
Yeah, the game to clock.
Ah, did I just check that? Yeah, that's a good point. What an idiot. That's an easy fix there, right? I should just like uncommit one file.
Oh, sorry. You beat me to it.
Cool. That should just call kick. Everybody coming up. I think that's the mall. Nope. Oh, it has the same name.
Yeah.
PacMan should not lose. This is, what is this?
It should change state after. It should respawn.
Yeah, this one probably should change to respawning because the respawn will happen at the end of the respawning phase.
Well, yeah, okay. I don't say that again. Let's just, too dangerous. Yeah, so it's in a valid state at the moment. I don't know what state. Maybe we should put the state in there.
It should be in a dying state though. It means he hasn't died.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah. That's a bit weird. Isn't it?
but we've done that state, and I thought we tested that. That's on another test, isn't it? To check that he's dying.
Could be our test isn't quite right.
So
So
it says it's still alive. Why is he not moving down?
Moving down, so Y gets bigger. Ghost isn't moving.
The state can't change back, can it? There's nothing.
Oh, it's the wrong game object again. On line 424 and 425 as well.
We should take that out, shouldn't we?
Right.
425 in the error message. Yeah.
Yeah, I might. Yeah,
Better.
okay,
That's better.
makes sense. Cool. So one of the things we have to are we passing the current now plus 4 seconds into the kill?
Yep.
Add seconds. 4. Oh, it says we've got some other errors. So, oh yeah, because it's got killed twice.
Yeah.
And then we need to.
Yeah, dead until. Oh, oops.
Oh, sorry, I just changed that to a body.
Yeah, okay. Let's call that. Yeah. It's time to die.
And then we need to
copy that around all over the place, don't we?
copy what around. Sorry.
That time to die. We're gonna have to.
That's PacMan.
Yeah, we're gonna have to chuck it into this as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we can just start on. Yeah. Oh my god, that's all the references to it. Oh, I think yeah.
Yeah, that's
I guess.
not too bad.
And then, in theory, it should be nullable, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so we got another property.
Well, it's just read on the field, isn't it? We don't need a property on that.
Okay. Yeah.
I've just created the property rather.
Oh, you have done. Okay.
Yeah. So we can just copy.
Yeah.
Copy these in. I don't know if it's used anywhere else. Yep, it's used in like every. Oh, it's using.
That's.
No.
Oh, shall I actually?
We can give it an old default for those.
Yeah, for them ones, we can just have that overload, which is just passes in null.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. But I feel like some of these.
You might reset it if you pass. If you make.
Yeah, but yeah, so you should never use the one where I think all the rest are tests and I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
So PacMan initial position. Yeah, so I don't think it's only things we'll care about, and nothing should really care about at the moment. So I think we're fine to just actually create another overload to this.
Just put equals null on the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We could do that. Just get rid of default.
Yeah, we're going to need anything else at a later date. But
Hopefully, well, if we get to the one where it's actually we've got another nullable optional parameter. I mean,
can I suggest changing it from time to die to time to switch state? Because once he hits respawning mode, he then disappears for a set length of time whilst the ghost is returning before he appears back on the board.
so what? So sorry, say that again.
So the ghost hits him.
Yeah.
That kills him, so he goes into dying state.
Yeah.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
Then he switches to respawning state, and then the ghosts start wandering off, but he doesn't respawn for another 4 seconds or so. So rather than calling it time to die, if we called it time to change state.
Right. So you mean, yeah. So because he'll be die in 4 seconds, then wait again because he's respawning, and then wait again before he goes back alive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, leave it there as well.
So pass that into there, and I guess
Move.
Well, we don't call move anymore, do we?
Yeah, well, that's whether we should call move and put it in the move.
Where's
Yeah.
game gone? So at the moment we just check that the state is not that before we do anything else.
Yeah.
Which I suppose we should.
So I'm wondering whether we put it in the move and check the state in the move, because that will then protect the other tests.
But then that means will move the ghost, so we need to check that the state of if he's not alive in here.
Keep PacMan move inside the other side of the tick. Sorry, the other side of that comparison. So put it in there, and then you can protect the tests of PacMan moving by checking state inside move.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can actually check the status of the current PacMan as well. And we now pass in now.
Yeah, we'll need to pass in the time, yeah.
Oh, there's another one here. We move him. Oh, we move
That's
into
the portal. Ah.
Oh, that's fine, because we can. It was still the same time where he's passing.
Yes, of course.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, that's the advantage of using time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I can just say if this is greater than that. So if we've come past it. So if now is greater than equal to that.
We need to check time to change state for nulls first.
Oh, that does it automatically.
Does it?
Well, you could check PacMan state on the left of that. If PacMan's currently dying.
So if we're dying and now overlaps the time to change state.
Yeah.
Then we're going to switch to respawn. Creating PacMan, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Up and then.
So we're going to just switch into respawn.
We need
we'll have to change that later, but yeah, that'll do now.
We have to check, add the timer to it, aren't we?
Yeah. We need a method like the kill one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it went to respawn. Yeah, that's actually true.
Do you want to do it in one go, or do you want to?
Right, I think you've got a bug there though. If you go back, Kevin, because if he's dying and the time hasn't elapsed, then we don't want the PacMan to move. So we just need to return.
We're going to fail the other test.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we just want to return. Yeah, in there, then do an if.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So we want to if that.
Yeah. You had the right code, just not in the right order.
Do that, otherwise return this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, is it because it might be because it should be just greater than, because I guess
exactly 4 seconds.
Oh no, because it's still
That's the wrong way. Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, so that should get it. Yeah, I think that's right. So
Yeah, it should be equal to as well, shouldn't it? Because
yeah, it should be equal to, because it should have.
you sent it actually 4 seconds.
Yeah, that's weird.
Not moving certain states. That's fine. Which one's failing? The new one.
The new one, yeah, this one here. So I might just debug it in here.
Yeah, I think so.
See what's going on.
Do we set that new PacMan in game?
Yeah.
We bring it back, but we don't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's actually probably true. We should always set that. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
New PacMan. Yeah, we don't set it. So if it's not alive, we never set them. So we should actually set PacMan here.
Yeah.
No, because we're returning anyway, so it'd just be as he was.
Yeah, no, but we've changed. The move is not moving anymore, is it? It's.
We haven't changed the state. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, sorry, yes. Yeah.
Not really.
Should
we rename that as well, what is it?
Transition or something.
Do.
How do you spell transition?
Transition, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's probably better. It's called transition, actually. I think that might be just it.
It certainly wouldn't help.
Oh, is it because my files aren't saved?
He's moving still. He's moving during
Do we not return?
What was
Is
this?
it because the next time he goes in, he's no longer dying? And we're not checking.
And we've moved him.
Yeah, has he moved because he's in a respawning state? Is that what's going on?
PacMan should not move in certain states. Respawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we're letting him move whilst he's respawning.
All right, so we just need to say if it's any of.
You need to do it again. You need the whole loop, the whole if condition again for if he's in respawning.
I'll just add them all.
Otherwise, he'll change from respawning to respawning. Return this. That'll do.
That'll do for time in.
Yeah,
it's probably a bit crap, but I guess we need like a. Well, we need like a from and to state, don't we?
Yeah.
That's what we want. Cool, that works.
Yep.
So in theory, if we run this now, it should actually play like that.
Yes.
Pause.
Yeah, it should pause. Yeah.
We could do removing ghosts, otherwise we won't know that it's paused. Oh no, he does that little bobble, doesn't he? Usually.
I think the ghosts do pause, don't they?
It's going to kill him. It's going to kill him immediately afterwards, as soon as it comes out of that state. Oh no, it's not.
So if we hit the ghost,
he should. Yeah, he'll do that bobble now. He'll wait, and then he should do move. Oh. No, he's not.
I think it's probably because it's killing him constantly.
No, but the lives aren't going down.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I was going to say they won't go down because he's not in a live state.
Yeah, we're stuck in respawning now, aren't we?
Respawning.
Yes, and in fact,
if we wrote another ghost state.
Oh no, is this going down?
That's gone down to.
Oh no, is that because we did kill him?
We killed him once.
Oh
it's because,
yeah.
It's because we bail out if we're not in a live state at the top of tick.
Yeah. So we're not actually respawn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we're stuck in respawn forever now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in tick, we're not dropping the pause.
Yeah.
So they should move during respawning. So
Yep.
that could be the next. The ghost can move during respawning.
Yes, that's probably the next thing to do then, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when they head towards their home corner, isn't it?
Yeah, then we could do with right. I think it might be worth writing a go-to ghost state.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that. There should be a strategy, which is actually get go to point,
Yeah.
and you can just say go. Well, you just tell the ghost to what's it called? When you create a ghost, to tell it it's like home location.
Yeah.
And then where that does pass it onto a strategy where it says this goes and go directly to a certain location, and that works at a certain location. So then we can test it with a ghost with that strategy and just say to the game, like, see if he goes to that location.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what we're always going to do, isn't it? Because you either go into a corner when they're being chased, or they're heading to the PacMan, or they're heading ahead of the PacMan.
Yeah, so target, they're always in a target point.
Yeah.
And the target point being either their home location. Well, I don't know what they do on wander mode. Don't know.
Yeah, that's another case. Yeah, we need to go to anyway, won't we?
Let's do it. Let's do a go-to. What were we working on? What were we making sure worked first? Oh, that the ghost still moved. That the ghost moves during respawning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to commit that?
I think I did.
I don't know where I missed it.
Nope.
Because that's quite a few changes.
Yeah.
PacMan dying state or something in it. Dying to respawning. Transition, that's the word.
Yeah. Cool. So this test is going to. So if you stick the PacMan as respawning.
Yeah, then we can check ghost. If we've got a ghost move strategy further up, we can just.
Where you go right or something. Ghost goes right. Which I'll do for the time being on it.
I'll do it, yeah. Yeah, make him go left.
Yeah, he should stay still, but just in case. So this should be.
So one tick, and we should be done, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we care about the time as well, do we? Don't care. Ghosts values first. That should be. Actually, it doesn't let you select the values, does it? So X is 2, Y is 2. Oh yeah, it just gives me errors, and then you can just.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Then it forces you to get it right.
PacMan Ghost should be able to move when PacMan is spawning.
Yeah.
Should be able to move when. In the console. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. Test.
Yep, that's good.
Cool. Then I'm guessing we don't want to bail out if. Oh.
Yeah, we want
to. So we just want to move all ghosts.
It's unequal to. It should be able to do everything that it does before. PacMan's.
Well, we could just.
Can we not just move that if statement down?
This one.
Yeah, to after the move all ghosts.
Well, we don't want portal stuff, do we?
It doesn't matter because we're not going to be in the portal.
We're not doing the PacMan. Unless
So,
it's on a portal.
Move all ghosts.
So we still want to do the assignment.
You don't want to move the ghost if he's not alive there. If he's not.
You don't want to move the ghost if he's not. If he's in dying.
Yes. So okay, we're putting in an if statement around the ghost then, aren't we?
Yeah. So if the PacMan status is not dying, then you can move the ghost. Not dying. And move the ghost, yeah. That'll do it.
Let's run the test, see if we broke anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah, good.
Straight away. I feel like I should run it, see if what it looks like now. It's gonna die. Oop. I don't see the ghost moving. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so it's gone back into moving mode.
Yeah, that's good.
And
yeah, because we're still stuck in respawning. Yeah, so
yeah.
Should we get out of respawning mode before we do the ghost? Or it'd be nice to do the ghost moves too.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say, should we do the get out? I was thinking whether to do the get out of respawning mode or do the ghost moving first. Probably best to do the ghost moving first because that will get us them out of our way that we can test the respawning better.
okay.
Yeah.
The ghost is going to sit on him whilst he's on spawn.
So we can test that quite easily by just, well, we want a strategy which is
move to point. Should do the move to point strategy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I guess we're in a certain point, like when we kill, when he has died in here, I guess we should do something like ghost stop.
Yeah, ghost all.
Move home or something.
Yeah.
And then that literally just swaps
the strategy.
Swaps the strategy inside the ghost as move home, so they can't continue moving.
So do we want to expose a current strategy property or something like that on a ghost?
No, because I think the ghost because if we go to move to point strategy,
I just wonder how we're going to test it. That's all.
A move to home should be a move to point with a. Yeah, it'd be difficult to test the move to home, won't it? We could test the move to point easily.
Well, I suppose the move to point is just like a point on the map, and we don't really care where it is.
Yeah.
So if we actually just create a strategy of move to a given point, when we nuke all the ghosts, they can all have their own points to move to as a home.
Yeah. And home can just switch the strategy point to that almost not quite constant, but constant for that ghost, as it were.
I suppose the thing is, I suppose we could, when we knew it up, we could actually have the standing still strategy, and then we could actually pass in another strategy, which is the go home strategy. Because that's, well, move home. Go strategy, which actually just takes in some points.
Yeah.
But because this is a ghost itself, right? We can actually, oh no, wait a minute. If we keep that, oh no, I think that's right. So, and then we can just tell that ghost, just say, yeah. And then we have a method on here which goes and just swaps the strategy out of what it's using. So that's home strategy. Don't know why these public. Oh, we're public because we copy the ghost each time they move. Oh, okay, that's fine. We don't really need to expose the strategy because we can copy it anyway. I don't know. It can just be a fail read. I'll fail this time in. Everything's gonna break.
Loads of stuff's going to break from that, isn't it?
It doesn't make any difference because we can just set them all to standing still because it's never going to go into that state.
Yeah.
It should be like a.
Just as a theoretical question, on the basis of writing all the tests, is it good to then change this number of tests to bring in another property that you brought in for something else?
Technically not, but in theory we could refactor these ghost creations into like a factory method.
Yeah.
So then they don't really care about. We're not changing the implementation of like how we create the ghost, but we can make one what always has an overload, which just takes a certain amount of parameters in it. So then it's not affected as much.
Yeah.
A move home ghost strategy.
So the code's going to be very similar to the direct chase to PacMan strategy, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking that we could just change that to this one to just encapsulate the other one.
Yeah.
And then just have the point, just go find PacMan and then go to him.
Yeah. I think so.
Which, because I guess there's only like a couple of strategies, but they all kind of derive off the same thing. They're all moving to a point.
Yeah, they're targeting a point. It's just the point's moving around.
Yeah, in different places, yeah.
Because when they don't ever get to the corners, they start doing like a boxing motion, don't they? They walk around in the square once they get near there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the move to home strategy could actually have a move to point strategy inside it, except for when it gets to that point, it then just does an alternate strategy or something.
Yeah.
Don't know.
If you change the base move to point strategy and start moving, stop it from changing direction without hitting walls or junctions, then it deals with that problem anyway. Because what it'll do is it'll head towards the corner. As it hits the corner of the screen, it has to turn because it's forced to keep moving. So it will turn and start going down the screen, and it won't be allowed to change direction again until it hits the next junction, at which point it'll go across and it will start going round that way rather than doing that little jiggling.
Yeah.
Oh, I should call him home. Get rid of these for the time being. So I don't think we really care about where PacMan is on the game.
No.
We can just leave that as a default one because it's not going to make any difference. We can call go home on the ghost, add him to the game settings, start a new game with him in, tick him, and he should end up in the home location, which is the same as where he is at the moment. So
Did you write a go home method?
Yeah.
Were we not keeping them immutable?
It's still immutable.
Is that?
Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. It'll have some state.
That's going to have to return a ghost, isn't it? Because it needs to know its current strategy, doesn't it?
So it needs to.
The go home needs to return a ghost
with a new current strategy. With
the strategy swapped. Like it needs a current strategy. Yeah, it can just put home strategy into the strategy, can't it?
Well, yeah, but that one's going to be the strategy of the ghost for its current moves.
Oh, for its general strategy.
Yeah. And that one's going to be its.
So it needs a current strategy.
Yeah. Well, actually, that could be the. Yeah, it needs a current strategy. Oh, yeah, something needs to be made as a current strategy.
You'll have a switch somewhere to set them inside it.
So yeah, go home should return a ghost then.
Yeah. Sure you don't want to make them mutable.
Yeah, but then you've got hassle when you come to doing the UI, haven't you?
You've got it's quite funny looking back to when I used to write games because these were just static at a specific memory location.
Yeah. So. Oh no, we need it to be. Oh no, you don't. Would it be better to actually have this as it just put him in as that and don't say go home, and then when just make him die, because we're not proving that we're going to call go home away on anything.
And assign it as well. Yeah, so it's the same problem with the kill we had before, isn't it?
Yeah, so I feel like we should actually do the whole move of the board where we go get him killed at the same time. Yeah, literally do this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Like put PacMan there, kill PacMan, and make him do what we expect him to do. I think I might just copy and paste this.
Yeah.
Do we need a tick at a target point on the ghost as well, then a time target?
I'm guessing, on the tick of the ghost, it'll need to know when it's going to flip.
Yeah. It starts off in standard mode, like a standard wander mode for a specific length of time, and then it switches to chase mode for a length of time again, and then it switches back to scatter. But they all go together. So is that switch a property of the game or a property of the ghost? The thing is, the ghost, we're going to make the ghost change based on PacMan's state if we're not careful, which means we're going to couple him a little bit tightly to PacMan.
I think he knows the game already. Well, he knows he knows the whole game currently.
Does he?
And that's because. Why is that because? Oh, that's because he needs to know about the walls.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's got two states. Ghost will have two states, one which is based on game time and one which is based on ghost time. So if you're in game time, and sorry, if you eat a power pill and they all go blue, that's game time. That they will stay blue for a certain amount of time. Apart from if one gets eaten, at which point their state will go, and that will go back to, yeah, I suppose, no, it might still be worth sticking it on each ghost individually and just globally set them all.
Well, I think that's still fine. I think like if you set on all these and just passing the time, then we could just still do the same thing as what we did with PacMan and say it has a transition period of this amount of time, and that would work for when they're running back. So they could run back and have a state, and then
the tick we can make that reset all at the same time. Yeah. So they needed time to state change, don't they?
Yeah, so if we make this so it's more like how the game's played. So if we have a PacMan, it's got a life. Probably should have 2 lives.
Yeah, because otherwise it's gonna be dead.
Yep. So we have the ghost, which is underneath him, which is standing still, and he's got a. What do they call it? Move home strategy.
Yep. And that takes in his home.
Yeah, so that takes in his home, which we can have as
0-0.
Yeah.
Below, should we keep him out of the way? Move PacMan to like 10. Oh,
PacMan's going to under straight down into him. So then I suppose we could put it so it's
you move him out of the way.
3-3 or something, or 4-4.
I was thinking, based on the amount of time we have to wait, would it be better to move them further away so that when PacMan dies, Ghost can't end up coming back to him or something? No, because he can go home state, so it's fine. Yeah, that's all right.
I think that's fine. I think like if we move into 4-4, so he's out of the way of PacMan, so PacMan will be at 1-2, and then he'll try to move to 4-4.
Yeah.
So I guess we
after 3 ticks, he should still be in the same place. The ghost should.
Yeah, because he doesn't move until the respawning, does he? He
doesn't move until the state's changed.
So yeah, so should we stay still here?
Yep.
Until he's past the dying state. So we know all this is tested already.
Yep.
Right. So we can just take 4 seconds because that puts it into the PacMan should be in a dying state.
Yep.
No.
Into respawning. Yeah. We're now in respawning. Yeah. So now the ghosts start to move. So after every tick, he's going to have moved 1.
Yeah, until he gets to 4-4.
So if it's not respawning, I'm gonna write an assure game state.
Yep.
A second. So we assure that that's in that, and then we just tick constantly until he's back in the place where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, we should be able to work out how many ticks that is, shouldn't we?
Does he go diagonally at the moment?
No, he doesn't.
Well, at the moment there's no walls.
But he still doesn't go diagonally. He'll go horizontally or vertically. He'll pick one, won't he? So he's got to do 3 in one direction and 2 in the other, hasn't he?
So it's in 1, 2, and then he'll have to go
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So that's
4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3. 1,
3, 4.
4. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, it's 5. So it's so the number of ticks is 5 plus the 4 we've already done. Oh, you can do that. Yeah.
1, 2,
I know you probably
3,
want to use
4,
the add
5.
seconds overload, don't we?
Why? Doesn't make any
Um,
difference.
Aren't we going to do it based on time again?
Yeah, but he moves according to tick, though, doesn't he?
Should he though?
Technically, nothing should, but that's a whole refactoring.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
I think it doesn't make any difference if he moves between ticks or seconds, right?
If we're fairly sure that the tick will stay quite constant at 200 milliseconds, then. But he's going to move in 5 ticks on the basic strategy that he's working on. He's going to get to that square in 5.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's fine. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll just he's in the right place.
For so no, don't want to do that. There is what?
Oh, because we haven't changed the game loader. We need to. So this is our next challenge. Because what we gonna how are we gonna assign?
Lowercase b.
Yeah, I wondered that. Yes.
What do you mean?
But
He needs to know where its home is.
Home places.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
If we put lowercase b on the map for Blinky, a lowercase p, a lowercase I, and lowercase c, we could pass it once to get those locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Oh, for the time being, we could just jam in any old strategy.
0, 0.
Yeah. Well, I could
30, 0. No, 32, 0. 0, 0, 32, 0.
Where is that? Oh, the home. Where's the home strategy? Why am I keyword show that's not working?
You didn't put it in the ghost.
Oh yeah, it's actually here. That's funny. It's not even tests. I'm going to put in this one.
Yeah, that'll work better.
Yeah, well, we can just jam in 0, 0, 1.
Yeah.
Well, 1, 1, maybe.
You put 1, 1, and then 30
Yeah, because we've got the board, haven't we?
corners.
I did wonder about maybe you just say top left, top right.
Yeah. Or just use height and width.
Yeah.
I don't feel it should be on the board though, actually described on the board. If we're
Yeah.
making it so we can create a flexible board.
Make a flexible board, yeah. You could just do with a little method that searches for a P or searches for a B.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that'll do. We'll just stick them at 1, 1, 1, everything for the time being, that'll do. And then we'll come back and refactor that some other time, I think. Just so we can get to build. And then these, standing still strategy. I'll probably have to break after this because I'll need to get some food. Invalid state. So it says it's not in a dying state.
You've done the same thing again. You got an underscore in the game.
That's going to be like my thing out of the session, just to get rid of that thing, because it trips me up every time. Nope. Oh, we put the game.
4 seconds.
Or was that it not going to respawn it?
Oh, do we need tick? We need tick first before going to. Yeah, okay.
You need tick to happen.
You need tick, then tick 4 seconds, and that'll transition him. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yes. He hasn't moved. Yeah.
Should I fill this in with something?
Yeah. So I think in the go home. Well.
You could just, maybe you could just return the numbers. It fix the problem.
Well, first of all, I think in the ghost we have to actually switch to use that strategy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I think we need to in here say oh, is this evil? I don't know, but
What?
yeah, that's quite evil.
You still need X and Y, the actual.
That's too nasty, isn't it? We'll that end up.
What's swapping around?
Yes.
I guess it will work until we get another strategy, where we get a strategy for actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna get power pills strategy. You're gonna get eyes strategy.
So,
Yeah, we don't call go home.
yeah. Okay, that's the next thing then. So in game.
I guess when you just die, you just say go. No, it's not
No,
die,
it's
is
not.
it?
It's
when
transition.
It's when the PacMan transitions.
Yeah. So it was. Oh no, that's okay, because we know we're going to have here, so we can say.
If old PacMan is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if PacMan is
Yeah, if PacMan is dying.
Yeah.
And
new PacMan is respawning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's move on ghost do?
Just calls the move method.
Yeah, okay, so we just want. Actually, probably want a new method there, then, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Change state of all.
Yeah, I'm gonna send all ghosts home.
We could actually refactor the dictionary into like a what's a collective of ghosts? Does it have a name?
Haunted house.
And then if we encapsulate that, we could put the logic of these in them. So they're using fundamental types.
So does it move in the same tick? Well, it is at the moment.
Doesn't matter really.
No, okay. So the only thing I'm a bit wary of is potentially, because we've got a second. Do we have a second transition? No, we don't. We only got one transition. Okay, that's right. Yeah, so state changes. We then start to send all the ghosts home. That switches their strategy. Then it calls the move on that, which is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not going to happen because that's the previous status. So it's going to happen the following tick.
Yeah.
So then in our
He won't have moved. Moved yet.
Is that yeah, that's okay though, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be. Our test might be off by 1, but we'll have to see, I guess.
This is on tick, the 4-second tick this happens on, doesn't it?
Yes, because it's equal to, yes.
On
So
the,
actually that's correct then, isn't it?
on the 4-second tick, it switches to spawning, it switches the ghost, but they don't move.
Correct, yep. That's what we want, actually. I think that's how we've done the test, isn't it?
I can't remember what's in the test.
Yeah, because the test then does 5 ticks to move 5 places.
After the state change.
Yeah.
So that should come back as 0.
Yet.
Well, I'll say it's come back at 0, 0.
Yeah, that's the next thing, is to actually implement the.
But we've also broke every other test going.
Have we?
Don't know how.
What have we broken though? Should not walk into wall.
Oh, I guess it's if it's not dying. Wait, if it's
should not walk into. What does should not walk into wall? What's this set up?
PacMan loses life when colliding with the ghost walking towards PacMan. Oh, is it because we're now? Yeah, so we're moving before.
Oh no, no, that should be equals. That's why. That's what it is.
If yeah. So it's doing it. Yeah. So it's doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that's actually hit our new strategy, which is just going to 4-4.
That's better.
Just remember it's before we found 8.
So where's the code for the going home strategy?
In the go home strategy.
I don't see that.
Oh, I said not. I shall put it to another file.
That's fine.
I thought I'd play out to another file so you can easily navigate around. Yeah, it's just in move home strategy.
Right. So I mean, yeah. So we can make the test pass by just returning home, comma.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think that'll do. Yeah, time in. And I think like it'll actually work in the game now as well.
How did it get to 8-8 before?
Did it say 8-8?
Yeah, in that test it says it was in.
I think it's 0-0, wasn't it?
It said 0-0. Yeah.
Zero,
It said.
I thought it was 8-8 in there.
It said it should be 4-4, but it was.
I wasn't zoomed.
Yeah, so that passes that. So we run that.
Yeah.
I think then next time round, I think we just need to make a proper strategy. I think we've got one on one of the ghosts to move to a location. Well, not to bump into walls and stuff and go.
Yeah, that's in that direct chase to PacMan strategy. We just changed that, so instead of heading towards PacMan, it heads towards an XY location.
Yeah. Yes, this one, which is moving in all different things. And I think we said we're going to change this around anyway to work out the possible routes, because it should work out the possible routes, follow that route.
Yeah.
And then
I
change
think it needs
route.
a direction, doesn't it? It needs to keep heading in a direction.
Yeah, it's
a junction or a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it needs to work out whether it's turning which way gets it closest, and it turns that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shall we see if this runs? It's gonna die. No, it's stuck for a bit.
And then it should go off.
And
yeah, it's gone. They've all gone. Yes, they would all go. They've all got the same home.
And PacMan doesn't move again. And then we don't have anything to transition it to move them.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The move. I see what the move does a straight move.
Yeah.
No, it's not a move 2. Yeah.
No. Yeah, we would just like place them on the map. Yeah, because that needs influencing, to be fair. I think we could use this one. We could repurpose this one and refactor this one to be in too. I think we need to a point. A one what is, well, we could use the 2.1 and just pass it some parameters.
Yeah.
And the direct to chase to PacMan will just use the same thing.
Yeah.
Because that point's not going to change for the director to a given point. the PacMan point one, the direct chase to PacMan's just going to keep saying, well, where's PacMan? Now go chase to the PacMan.
It changes every single time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commit what we've done, and I'll just quickly paste the code in, and then we can see it working, and we can do it properly next time. How about that?
Yeah, sure. Go home.
Yeah.
You don't get one class to inherit the other one.
Oh no, a bit not that subtle. Is that done right? And then where it says PacMan. Didn't that do it? Oh yeah, I can pause on my screen.
Yeah, that runs. I think the test should still pass actually as well. Just the because technically it's going to get there, right? Oh no, because it has to keep iterating. This is based on the tick into it. So if we tick loads of times, then it'd get there.
We did though, didn't we, in the test?
Did we test?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, because we've got no walls, so yeah, it works. Yeah, we had walls, it might not work, but we don't have any walls, so that's fine. Yeah, so you run it now then, yeah.
And they should all now wander off. Apart from the ones in the middle, won't be able to get through the wall.
No, they might get a bit upset.
Then yeah, he's wandering off. Yeah,
oh,
but
he's made a bad decision. Yeah, because he's stuck in a
Yeah. So if you do it only turn direct, if you do it with direction and only turn on walls, he'll now turn left, hit the bottom and go across. He'll automatically go there.
Yeah, I think this is why we need the actual one where it actually finds the actual route, so we can follow the route and we actually store a route on him.
He doesn't have
until he hits a wall, and then we can reevaluate the route.
Yeah, he doesn't need to find the whole route. He doesn't find the whole route. He just finds which.
Just direction, isn't it?
Basically, you start in a space, move to all the space around to him, and just say which one of those is the closest to where he wants to go to, and he takes that route.
Yeah. I think, that's what I'm trying to say. That's I suppose you don't need to store the route. You only need to reevaluate the route when you hit a wall. Yeah.
Or
Cool.
junction.
I think we got pretty far today, actually. Yeah. There we go. Some nice progress. Cool. Are we stopping there? I feel like that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
I might actually refactor this object in my spare time because it's annoying me. Because it catches me out every single time. But I'll submit a pull request that anyway, just to delete that out of it.
I've done in my spare time. I've got a board renderer which renders the correct pieces. If we want.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we can check that out. Well, if you send me a pull request, I'll check it out there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a big. I'll probably have to refactor it now that we've changed a lot of other things. But I think the only thing that was left was I couldn't work. I needed to know where the portals were to block the end of the tunnels. But I think I can do it by passing the board and working out that there's loose ends. It's a bit messy.
So if we actually give it a different board, will that actually render the different board as well?
Yeah, he'll draw it correctly.
Okay.
It's a bit mental. What it does, it starts at PacMan and does a flood fill to work out what are the inner sides of the walls and what are the outer sides of the walls. And then it does another flood fill from the ghost, works out where the ghost door is, flood fills in there so it can work out, so it can flip the direction of the walls around so it looks like smaller. And then it does a flood fill around the whole lot to work out what's the outer edge of the double walls.
Okay, that must have took you some time.
A bit messy.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be quite good to see that.
I'll chuck it in on PR. It's a bit big.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing we've got to bear in mind is ghosts can go through the portals as well.
Yes. Although once they only go through the portals if they're following PacMan.
Oh, do they? Okay.
PacMan's falls into, if you take that line, if you say the junction's at 5:15, once he gets to 3:15 and they're following him, because they can't change direction, they'll naturally flow through.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
because they can't
okay.
change direction unless they hit a junction point.
Okay, that actually makes it a lot easier, to be fair.
Not easy.
Yeah.
Once you recognise junctions and well, corners are junctions as well. So junctions anywhere where there's more than two spaces, a junction, well, at any angle, as it were. Once you recognise them and you lock down all your movement to that, and you can only turn 90 degrees from there. So he doesn't get to a junction point and change his mind and go back up the other way, because he can't do that either. Once you've done that, then all your movement routines work quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah.
They stop doing that bouncing around, because there's no logic to let them bounce.
Yeah, that's true. So, but then again, the test what we've got now currently for the ghost, for how it moves, won't break, because we're literally just saying it can't walk through a wall, and it just goes the direction what you tell it to do.
Don't give it a junction point, then it can't change.
So they shouldn't even break. But yeah, I think that we should work on that next time. Start the next session to actually make the ghost move a bit more quickly, and then we can actually wire up all the kind of right strategies to things. Because I think once we get the one what does the right thing, then we just plumb it into everything else with the right parameters.
That's it. Because one of them's ghost, one of them's PacMan in 4 moves time. So all you need to do is do PacMan plus direction times 4, and then plumb that into the target point.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, because there's one behind him, one in front of him, and then there's one alternating behind and front him, and then one where just does just any old crap. I think it is.
Yeah. One's a distance changes depending on how far away he is or something. He doesn't like to get too close.
Yeah. Cool. Right. That's good. I guess, did we do it on Monday last time? I can't remember.
Monday last week.
Yeah. Might we do it if it was around Monday.
Yeah.
Do it then as well.
We had a couple of people on the chat tonight. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no, I wasn't following. Ah, cool. Yes, that's quite good. Yeah. So a couple of people following now. Also, for people, for us and people watching, I started uploading them all to YouTube. I might not make them public yet though, because we're going to chop them down. Let's see if they're here. Yeah, so I've actually started uploading all the kind of series to YouTube as well. So we've got 1.1. So 1.1 is the one what David did to kind of just do a bit of map. We've got 2, 4, 5, and 5 because I can't count. Maybe that's a duplicate.
It's the same length, so yeah, it's probably a duplicate.
I think it might be a duplicate. Yeah, I think it's all a duplicate. So they're all on here for people to watch as well. So I'll upload tonight as well. Yeah. And keep them flowing on YouTube. And I think how we're recording them at the moment is actually fine. I think that's actually working quite well.
Yeah.
So I'll keep doing that. It's a shame we missed number 1 and number 3. I think number 1 was actually a pretty good one as well when we first started off.
We could work out where we got to and then try and re-record it, end up at the same place.
We didn't have anything to start off with though. That's the thing. It's actually just a
back over the commits.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh yeah, we probably did quite a few commits.
Yeah, that's true.
You just go through them or something. Talk through them or something, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. It could be just a episode 1, but not 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Okay.
Cool.
That's it. I'll catch you guys later.
Yep. Okay.
Cheers.